Hey Denise, yes. So this is the second part of the video. This is more of your love life, your spiritual development and growth, and it's kind of like around the same theme though. Like it seems like for you, the career, love, all of it is very tied together. I did see like this sense of learning to be more empathetic for people, like learning to understand where they're from, also kind of really seeing some things that you may be in denial about, whatever the lingering regrets are. Indecision was coming up a lot. I don't really know what this is in regards to, but it may have to do something with, it may have to do with something financial. Here with the tarot, I see that you have new ideas, but you're doubting them. You may not be, you're doubting your intuition, you're doubting yourself, and there may be kind of like a creative block because there's some emotional issues that we need to kind of get ironed out. It's kind of like maybe not understanding or recognizing or acknowledging your emotions and them kind of causing more destruction than what we are aware of. Crossing it's like not only do you have ideas, but you're doubting them. Sometimes you lose faith. Sometimes you don't trust yourself. Sometimes you're disconnected. And then other times I feel like it's the exact opposite. You have moments where you're very, very connected, but it doesn't seem like it lasts. And you go back to kind of the default mode of the worry, the stress, and just not trusting. So I think for you, finding a balance in between just keeping on it, just kind of like with the career path in general. But it honestly seems like with love. So the root cause, right? The root cause of this is just that you're kind of at war with yourself. You're kind of conflicting yourself. You're kind of battling yourself. Part of you wants one thing, the other part of you wants another thing, and you're going to have to find balance because it seems like you chose the career. You chose the abundance. You chose, not the abundance, but you chose the material aspect of things, which is here, right? Obviously, we know from the past that you have the willpower, you have the motivation, you have the drive, you have everything you need to accomplish whatever it is, anything. However, this talks about kind of one, like not being emotionally satisfied and maybe being too focused on the physical realm. You're too focused on what you got going on physically here that maybe the other parts of you internally are maybe just not. That honestly I feel like is where a lot of the confusion comes in, because we find that trust internally. You can't stop this from happening, right? You've been working on this. Abundance is coming in. New opportunities are coming in. This is the future influences. There's a lot of opportunity. You're manifesting. Like you just keep going. Stop worrying. Stop trusting. Learning how to take those moments where things don't feel like they're going to work out or it's slow and really go within and find where those feelings and thoughts are coming for. Because when we're firmly connected and rooted to our connection internally to God, to whatever you want to call it, source, supreme, divine, divinity, you know what I mean? When we're connected and really have merged with that, then we know that these moments are just moments to teach us something. Sometimes it's management. For me, it was management. This month, money was coming in at the beginning. I was doing good, feeling good, but I didn't manage it good. And even this talks about that, is kind of like spending maybe frivolously, not like frivolously, but just being a little careless with that. So you know what I mean? But maybe just managing what you're doing or learning new ways, because they did say there's on some level like a lack of preparation, but we're going to get into that. So internally conflicted, right? Obviously you're fighting yourself because it seems like, again, part of you wants things the other part doesn't. Part of you is so focused on finances and your career and building abundance, and the other part is like, I want love, I want companionship, while the other part of you just kind of probably shuts that down and is like, no, let's focus. And then you may be wondering why you have these moments of like upset where you're kind of just like, I'm immobilized because of how I feel, or stagnation, like the things are coming in, but it's because you're fighting yourself. internally. And not only that, you might be avoiding the conflict because that's coming up a lot of times. Externally, like it seems like this kind of energy may be consuming you. I'm not going to have enough. Like what's happening externally may be kind of taking over any internal necessity you have to kind of tap into what you're feeling. So really work on addressing that, because it's the constant worry, the constant stress that only leads to just more of that. You know what I mean? So you really need to get control of your mind right now. You really need to get control of your mind. A lot of what you're going through, I feel like, can be solved with just planning differently, not fearing what's going to happen, knowing and trusting that you're going to be taken care of. You are a strong, badass woman. And I know you may feel like, oh yeah, it takes more than that to succeed. But in reality, you have all of the makings. You've already laid such a strong foundation. Now, as far as business-wise, maybe there's some things that need to kind of be reworked in. You know what I mean? Only you know what's going on there, but maybe like funds need to be allocated differently, especially if you're trying to save up for a car. I do get this crazy sense of like, it was this, right? Having faith for love. Like things are gonna work out, but have faith, pray about it. Like you don't have to pray if you know what I mean, but just like ask, show me what I need to do, show me what I need to work on, show me what I'm not seeing. It seems like have faith in regards to love, because sometimes I think it's like maybe you feel like you're never gonna find what you're looking for. Also, it's like you got to deal with the internal conflict and the escaping, right? The running away from it just because it's not, you know what I mean? I think you get scared and it's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to open up with people and really coming back to that femininity. But that's really about being in your body and your emotions. And you are a woman who rules with the sword. You know what I mean? The double-edged sword. You are logical. You are swift. But I don't think you're accounting for the underlying desires and emotions and how they're affecting you. Because if part of you really wants a companion, but you're not allowing room for that, if you're not giving yourself the opportunity for that, if you're inadvertently isolating, that other part of you is going to get upset. It's going to self-sabotage. It's going to, you know, create resistance in whatever it is you're creating. And in the end of the day, if you have all the money in the world, but you have not love, does it really matter? Unless you're not here for that. But I know that you are such a passionate person that love is important to you. So make space for that. Make space for allowing yourself to feel safe in love. Because for you, the past has made it to where you may not feel safe. Like, I don't know if it's masculine energy or what, but it seems like inadvertently that has been kind of like a trigger. And also putting yourself in a position where you don't feel control. Like, I think that's absolutely just something that you have a lot of trouble doing. They are saying the way you're going, both readings, and I don't like this because it's kind of like the way it is now. We got the destruction, the stagnation, right? The lack of the feeling, not moving, but it's from the past of the chaos, like not dealing with whatever chaotic turmoil emotions still reside you now, the underlying current of things, feelings, thoughts, beliefs, most importantly. I mean, obviously we know you need to have strength, but it seems like the way you're going, you may miss out on abundance and end up pushing everybody away from you. You know what I mean? Like really, 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 really challenging yourself, because emotionally, let's say this, you really want to be financially abundant and stable, right? But emotionally, you're feeling bad because you really want somebody to share your life with in happiness, right? Those two things are conflicting because it's going to be hard to act out of the feeling of not having everything, a feeling of something's missing, you know what I mean? So really take some time to get grounded into those. I also do get the sense of like, maybe you need more time to really crystallize your energy, to potentialize yourself, to work on your vital life force, right? Charging up, which you've been doing an amazing job, especially with what you're doing. I mean, a lot of what you're doing is curated to charging up your body. However, make sure you're doing it also just mentally and emotionally by just taking like that time. So yeah, there's that. Let's see, any last words? Any last... Yeah. Like, don't give up. Look at this, okay? Keep going. Again, you know, this one came up in your career. Just keep going. Don't give up. Little by little, brick by brick, day by day, you know? And feed what feeds you. Give your energy to things that can feed you, to things that give back, to what is fruitful for you. Give your energy to what feeds you. You know what I mean? Putting money into what can come back, what can bring you abundance. In one of my decks, this is actually a woman or a person watering a tree, because it's like you're feeding this tree, and then this tree is then giving you all the sustenance you need. So really it's about creating something that is more than just here and now income. You need passive. You need something that makes you income without you having to do things. So there is more preparation and planning, and just maybe kind of thinking of a different way to do things. And it's okay to, like, you know what I mean? I know you do so much of it on your own. So, but they do want you to know, like, the choice is yours. The power is yours. You get to decide what happens. You just have to stay present and stay moving and stay in tune with what you're feeling and what you want, so the mind and the body doesn't come out of alignment, because right now you are fighting yourself. And how can we go forward, right? We take one step forward, we get pushed back because something within us is not in alignment. And for you, I think it's your mind and your heart. They're not on the same page. Your mind is like, I need that money. I need to build my, you know what I mean? I need to build, I need to grow, I need to stabilize myself physically. And the heart is like, baby, I just want to live. I want to joy. I want to be free, so free. Like a pelican in the breeze, like a bird in the sea, be at one with love in the trees. I want to fly high, so high, like a dolphin in the sky. I don't know what I'm saying, but when my time is come, I will let it all go with a sigh. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong, right? There's a sense of you avoiding inside, okay? Like the undercurrent, where you go when you close your eyes, all right? And I feel like that is important for you to start really getting into, because all of that really is going to determine the moves you make, all right? And that's really going to help you connect deeper to every part of yourself. But I do feel the sense of avoiding to go in. They said there's a surprise coming, only you. So I really do think you're going to be bringing somebody into your life, but it's not going to come before. And even if it does come before, you may just do the same thing and self-sabotage. You got to get to the bottom of the feelings. And sometimes just putting yourself in the position, like, be open to receive. Be open to receive love. You know, be open to love. And make time and space for that. Because I do think maybe you get into hyper-focusism, right? Where you just kind of, like, hyper-focus on something. And then it's like, before you know it, all the time is gone. And then... did you really do what you wanted in the end, you know? So yeah, I have another reading I have to go do, but I would love to talk to you, see what you think, see what you feel, kind of get whatever, you know, feedback that comes out from you on this. But I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful night, and we will talk soon.